Hello, thank you for stopping by. My name is Becky and this is BecxReadz, and today I have a very exciting video for you today. I want to introduce to you some booktubers from across the United States. Today in the USA, it is 4th of July, Independence Day. It is one of my more favorite holidays. It's not a favorite by any means, but it is only 2 days away from my birthday, and so I've always felt like the fireworks were for me. I know, I live in my own little world. Anywho, I thought it would be fun if I could try and find a booktuber from every state to come and introduce themselves and share with you what one of their favorite book or books of the year so far has been. I did try and find a booktuber from every state. Unfortunately, for various reasons, I was not able to get one from every state, but I got one from a lot of states. So sit back, relax, enjoy a snack, enjoy a drink, and get to know some of the booktubers from across the USA in alphabetical order by state. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm Anjanette Barr. On YouTube, I'm known as the Book Barista, and I live in Alaska. My favorite book in 2023 so far has been this one, Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. What a great story, a sci-fi first contact story with a lot of science thrown in a very accessible way. He's a great storyteller. It begins with a character with amnesia, and there's a little bit of mystery woven throughout, and it has probably the best ending that I have read in a book in a decade. It was very satisfying. I highly recommend it, and I even had my teenage son read this, and he loved it too.
Hello, I'm Jack from Jack and the Book Stack, a booktube channel where I talk about a wide variety of book genres and the bookish lifestyle. I'm located in Arizona, and some of my favorite reads from 2023 are Heartless for the awesome witty banter, the spicy spice, and an awesome family bond that was really charming and heartwarming. I have also really enjoyed In the Lives of Puppets, a sci-fi fantasy with amazing found family, very wholesome, heartwarming vibes as well, but with a dash of very dry, witty, adult humor. And finally, I loved The Royal Assassin and the Farseer trilogy overall, which I did read in 2023, and it's one of my favorites because it has the best animal companion I've ever read.
Hello friends, my name is Kaylani from Kaylani Simply Me. I live in California, and my favorite book of 2023 so far is Still by Kennedy Ryan, the third and final book in the Grip trilogy. It is so good, it is so emotional, so heartfelt, and these two characters work so hard to be together at the very end that it just makes the series so worthwhile. Definitely recommend the entire series, but this one is definitely my favorite of the year so far.
Hi friends, my name is Mariah. My channel is Mariah's Moods. I currently live in the state of Colorado. I post bookish and lifestyle content over on my channel. My favorite read of the year so far has hands down been Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. This is an adult fantasy novel that is set at a very competitive and very brutal military college for dragon riders. 5 out of 5 stars, highly recommend. I would really love it if you came and checked out my channel. Thanks, I'll see you there. Bye!
Hello everyone, my name is Laura from the channel A Book Circus. I live in sunny Florida, home of Disney World, and my favorite book of the year so far has been The Once and Future Witches by Alex E. Harrow. I am a lover of all things witchy, and this was just the ultimate witchy book. This is women's suffragette meets Salem witchcraft. It's about sisterhood and womanhood and coming together as women to defeat the patriarchy. And I absolutely loved it and highly recommend.
Hello, I just got 2 new kittens, so all of the noise and running and craziness you hear going on in the background, it's them, Levi and Jinx, everyone. Okay. Hello, my name is Capri and I live in Georgia, and I wanted to say what my favorite book of the year so far has been, and that is The Marvelers. So The Marvelers basically is a very magical school. It's kind of like Harry Potter but way more diverse and has way more culture, and It just has a ton of different creatures and magical abilities. So it follows the main character. Her name is Ella. So Ella is a conjurer, and conjurers are basically people that have magical abilities that conjure magic or that do spells or, you know, hoodoo, voodoo, stuff like that. And marvelers are more of like the wizards and the witches and stuff like that. They just have a very specific niche of magic, and that's what they follow. So the conjurers and the marvelers are not, you know, they don't really mesh together, but she's the first conjurer to go to the school, and that is what it's following. It's a middle grade. It's really fun. I recommend the audiobook if it's something that you would like to pick up. I really love this, so I highly recommend it. I forgot to say my channel name. My channel name is Capri's Book Island. If you're gonna come check it out, you know what I'm saying, come join the island. Yeah, come join the island. Okay, bye.
Hi, my name is Allie, and my channel is All I Do Is Read, and I live in Hawaii on the island of Oahu. I read a lot of horror, a lot of romance, a lot of literary fiction. Honestly, I'll read whatever I can. But this year I've only had 2 5 stars, which is devastating. The first book I read in 2023 was Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies by Heather Fawcett. This is a historical, cozy fantasy with romance in it, and it was just so beautiful and sweet, and I love it. And then a couple months ago, I read A Visit from the Goon Squad by Jennifer Egan. This is literary fiction, and it's a bunch of different stories that are kind of connected. And this was just one of the most depressing reads I've ever had, but it was like secretly depressing, which is one of my favorite genres, if that is a genre. So yeah, I had a lot of fun with that. Thank you for including me in this video, and happy 4th of July!
Hello, my name's Janaea. I am from Live a Thousand Lives is my YouTube channel, and I live in Idaho. My favorite book so far this year has been either Illuminae by Amy Kaufman and Jake Kristoff, or One Last Stop by Casey McQuestion.
Hey everybody, it's Jackie, and I am located in Illinois, and this is First Lady Reads. Welcome to my channel. This is where I sit on my floor and I talk about books because it's what I like to do. So I hope that's why you're here, because that's what I do. I also drink and I curse heavily like a sailor. So if that's all those 3 things you can handle, well then stop on by, because here are some of my favorites for the year, and I hope they intrigue you just as much as they did me. My first one is Heartless by Elsie Silver, the second in the Chestnut Springs series. I gave this 5 stars. I have a full book review as well. Love You Always by Lauren Lacey, another 5-star read, and another full book review as well. And Bait by Jade West, 4 stars, full book review. And last but not least, my favorite book of the year so far, Haunt by Christina Maraziatis, 4 stars and a full book review as well. I love to do full book reviews. It's one of my things, it's one of my shticks, but what I'm really known for is my blunt personality and my tell like it is kind of nature. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Becky, love you always, and I'll see you guys later.
Hi, I'm Neva. My channel is Reading with Neva, and I am from Indiana, currently living in Indiana. A few of my favorite books so far this year have been Bonded by Thorns, Delilah Green Doesn't Care, and The Kiss Quotient.
My name is Melody and I am from Iowa. I have been doing YouTube for a couple of years now. I am 26 years old and I love all sorts of genres. So that being said, some of my favorite books that I have read this year have to be Long Shot, The Best We Could Do, The Luminaries, and The Serpent and the Wings of Night.
What's up, B? My name is Austin. I live in beautiful Kansas, and check out my channel. It's Austin Reads a Bit. My favorite book I've read this year has been The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. It's actually my new all-time favorite.
Hi everyone, my name is Katie from Coffee with Katie, and I am from Kentucky, the bluegrass state. We love it. Thank you so much, Becky, for including me in this video. It's a really cute idea and I'm happy to be a part of it. So my favorite books for the year so far have been Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros, Frostblood by Ellie Blake, Fireborn by Rosaria Munda, and City of Nightmares by Rebecca Schaefer. These all have fantastic elements and really fun magic systems. Two of them, Fireborn and Fourth Wing, have dragons. City of Nightmares has a really interesting magic system where when you dream, you will turn into your worst nightmare. Really crazy. And Frostblood has some really cool elemental magic with fire and ice. These have all been 5-star reads for me this year. It's been a lot of fun. And again, thank you so much for having me.
Hello everyone, my name is Rachel from the Booktube channel Rachel Reads and Sings. I am from Louisiana, specifically the New Orleans area, and first and foremost I have to thank Becky for including me. I basically read all subgenres of romance. I'll occasionally read a thriller, a horror novel here and there, but definitely romance is what I stick to the most. And I would say my go-to subgenre is historical romance. I just think that it's the ultimate escape for me personally. My favorite book that I've read so far in 2023 is not a historical romance, but it is just an incredible romance novel, and that is The Bully by Sophie Lark. Oh man, you have to read so many books to get to this book, but my God, is it worth it. If you guys don't know, this is a part of the Kingmaker Chronicles series, which is like a second generation series of the Brutal Birthright series, and this follows this like mafia college, and Dean, our hero, he has a villain origin story in book 1, The Heir, and I was incredibly obsessed with him in that book, even though he's supposed to be the bad guy. But he gets his romance, he gets his redemption in this book, and his relationship with Kat, the heroine, is just incredible. She's a character that we are introduced to in book 2 of this series, and I love her pretty much just as much as Dean. Also, the audiobook for this is incredible. I cannot recommend it highly enough. But I'm going to stop talking about this book because I could probably do a whole dissertation on how amazing it is. Thank you once again, Becky, for including me in this video, and I would love it if some of you would check out my channel. Bye!
Hi, my name is Autumn. My channel is Nose in a Book, and I live in the state of Maine. So far this year, my favorite book has been One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is a very highly emotional adult romance featuring a love triangle, which is one of my favorite tropes. I know that's not everybody's cup of tea, but this one was so well done. This is the story of a woman who has to choose between her husband, who basically comes back from the dead, and her new fiance. So it's very, very messy, but it's beautifully written, and I absolutely loved it. You get to see her fall in love with both men from past and present, and at the end, she has to make a very difficult decision. And I read this book in 24 hours, which is not something I am typically able to do as a moderate to slow reader. So I gobbled this up, and I think you guys could too. I highly, highly recommend it.
Hello, my name is Venus. I am from the channel Venus Escapes to Read, and I am from Maryland, home of the Maryland Crab Cake, Baltimore Orioles, and Baltimore Ravens. And today I am here to tell you my favorite book of 2023. But first, I do want to thank Becky for coming up with this idea. It's so cool, and I cannot wait to see the final product. My favorite book of 2023 so far is going to be Mother Thing by Ainsley Hogarth. This is a horror book, and it is about Abby. We are following her and her husband as they are being haunted by her mother-in-law. We are in Abby's head the entire time. It is so much inner monologue that is so entertaining. It can definitely be very, very dark and gruesome. Please check for trigger warnings, because there are definitely trigger warnings in this book. I don't want to give too much away, but the ending surprised me and it was pretty gruesome. So if you're into horror, definitely give this book a read. Thanks again, Becky. See ya.
Hi, I'm Jen with Wicked Pluto's Wicked Reading. I am from Massachusetts, and my favorite book so far this year has been Understood Betsy by Dorothy Canfield Fisher, about a little girl who ends up going to live with her family in Vermont.
I'm Chantel. I am from Michigan. I am a booktuber under the name My Plans Are Booked, and my favorite book of the year is The Writing Retreat by Julia Bartz. I loved this book. I could not put it down. This was the first thriller I ever read from front cover to back cover in a few days, and I hope that you will pick it up and enjoy it as well. Thank you, Becky.
Hello, my name is Ashley and I am from Minnesota. My channel name is Ash Loves Books Plus Owls, and I was asked by BecxReadz to share my favorite books of 2023 so far, and I have 3 here that I want to share. First, I have The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. This is a fantasy romance with like vampires, and it kind of gives like Hunger Games vibes. I have Still Beating by Jennifer Hartman. This is a very dark romance and very emotional read, and I loved it. And then I have Alone with You in the Ether. This is a very like unique love story, and I love the writing, so definitely recommend.
Hi Bookish fam, my name is Brittany, my channel is Rescues and Reads, and I am here in the state of Mississippi. If I had to choose one book so far that I would consider my absolute favorite of 2023, I would absolutely have to pick Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. This is a very high, very epic fantasy from Sanderson. It is over 1,000 pages. You can see I tabbed the heck out of it. This was certainly an experience, a journey. It was definitely an investment and an accomplishment, and it is one that I'm very, very glad I was able to complete in 2023, and I can't wait to be back in this world again with these characters. I did also want to briefly give a shout out to Every Summer After by Carly Fortune and Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. These are the 2 other books that I've rated 5 stars so far in 2023. They are both phenomenally written, beautiful romance stories, and I highly recommend if you are looking for your next favorite romance read.
Hey Becky and friends, my name is Lisa and I'm located in Missouri. On Booktube you can find me at Babe and Library, and my favorite book so far this year has to be Kennedy Ryan's Real. This is an emotional romance that has amazing and beautiful storytelling as well as beautiful writing. You fall in love with the characters while they fall in love with one another. I hope you like it, and I'll talk to you all soon.
My name is William from Nevada. My favorite book of the year so far has been The Dragon Republic by R.F. Kuang. Also, The Sword of Summer by Rick Riordan, which is the first book in the Magnus Chase series, part of the Percy Jackson universe. Have a great day.
Hello, my name is Becky. I am currently living in New Jersey. I say currently because I do tend to move around a lot. And I couldn't decide on 2 of my favorite books from this year, so I'm going to share both of them with you. The first is Master of Storms by Beck McMaster. This is the 5th book in her Legends of the Storm series, which is an adult dragon shifter fantasy romance that follows a group of dragon shifter siblings as they find their mates and try and overthrow their evil mother from their kingdom. And then we have Twisted Games by Anna Wong. This is a contemporary Princess and the Bodyguard romance. It is about Bridget and Reese. Bridget is about to become the queen of her country, and Reese, her bodyguard, has been fighting his feelings for her. And I listened to the audio, and I could not put the audiobook down. I listened to it in one sitting. So this book made me happy. It made me smile. It just gave me such warm, fuzzy feelings. And this book, it was action-packed. It made me cry, it made me swoon, and I just loved this series overall. So 2 that are my favorite of the year.
Hi, my name is Whitney from the channel Tiburon's Den. I live in New Mexico, specifically the southern part. It's very deserty, dry, and hot. But yeah, some of the standouts this year that I have read so far is the War of Lost Hearts trilogy. I'm actually working on the 3rd book, but have loved every single book in this series. This is by Carissa Broadbent. Really, really, really good. Absolutely love it. Also, a standout has been Into the Drowning Deep by Mira Grant. I picked this up for a readathon. It was one of the host's favorites, and again, fell in love. Water horror, you have sirens, you have a ship of researchers, and there's a lot of disability rep, LGBTQ plus rep. Really, really good. And kind of a lighter read that I have enjoyed this year was Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies by Heather Fawcett. Had me laughing out loud, just really light and fun. Absolutely loved it.
Hi, I'm Daphne from the Booktube channel Being Daphne, and I live in New York. So Becky has asked me to share with you my favorite books of the year so far, so let's get into it. So far, I've loved Jade City by Fonda Lee. This is an amazing urban fantasy. I also really loved The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is like a queer historical Hollywood story. I love Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. This is a Asian American, just beautiful story about friendship. And then romance-wise, I really loved Quarterback Sneak by Candy Steiner. It's a sports romance, new adult, college, and it's really fun. And then I also loved this novella by Jessa Kane called Breaking the Bully. Super short, fun time. So I hope you enjoy these books if you decide to pick them up.
Hi, my name is Michelle from Michelle's Library, and I live in North Carolina. My favorite book of this year actually hasn't come out yet. It comes out in the end of July, but it's called Strange Sally Diamond by Liz Nugent. This is a combination of the book Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine and Room. And I will say to look up trigger warnings for this one because it was way more dark than I was anticipating, but we are following a woman after she cremates her dad and she wasn't supposed to do that, and then the story just goes from there. So if that sounds like your kind of thing, I absolutely recommend Strange Sally Diamond. Bye!
Hi everyone, my name is Jen. My channel is The Book Refuge. I'm from North Dakota, and two of my favorite reads this year were When the Earl Met His Match by Stacy Reid. This is a woman who has an accidental pregnancy and she has nowhere to turn to. So she turns to a future Earl who she has been a pen pal with, who is also a mute, and he is willing to take her and her unborn child on, and I just thought it was so romantic and beautiful. And then my other top favorite is Grim and Barrett by Juliet Cross. This was the wrap up of the Stay a Spell series, and it was so emotional and fun, and it just gave me all the rainbows and butterflies and unicorns that I wanted, and we could all just use some more joy in our life. So yeah, that's me, and those are a couple of my favorite books.
Hi there, my name is Crystal from Books Forever After, and I live in Ohio. I love to read fantasy and historical romance, and of course I can't just choose one. So I have an honorable mention here, Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. Very hyped, dragons, romance, new adult fantasy romance, military school, what's not to love? Really enjoyed. However, I want to mention Sarah MacLean's The Day of the Duchess. This is a second chance marriage and trouble romance, which I just love those two tropes. This follows the hero and heroine from the first novel. The hero cheated on his wife, and this follows their story 2 years after they have been estranged. It's such an emotional, angsty, groveling, please check trigger warnings, but this is the most romantic romance I have read so far this year.
My name is Gloria from the channel Gloria Z. Thompson, just my name. I am from the Portland, Oregon area on the west coast of the US, and I read a whole bunch of different things, very eclectic reading taste, but one of my favorite genres is historical fiction, and one of my favorite reads so far of 2023 has been A Girl Called Samson by Amy Harmon. She's one of my favorite authors. I've read many of her books. This is her newest release, and this is set during the American Revolutionary War, so also fitting for the 4th of July theme. In this book, we follow a young woman who is not like other girls. She's always kind of been of a tomboy and has never really been able to feel like she fits in. When the war breaks out, she really wants to do her part, so she decides to run away and disguise herself as a man and join the army. And it is her experience being in the army. She ends up being a really good soldier, and up moving up in ranks, being a personal assistant to a captain, which then turns into a romance, and it's a very sweet romance as well. This book has a little bit of everything, and it was a really brilliant read.
Hi, my name is Sarah from the channel Sarah Hearts Books, and I live in the state of Rhode Island. It is not only the smallest state in the US, but it is also not an island, which some companies still get confused and think we're an actual island. But my favorite books for this year so far have been, one, I don't have a physical copy, but The Light We Carry by Michelle Obama. I think that book is just so encouraging, and there's something in it for everyone. If you just need like a little push or like a little bit of love, Michelle's there for you. So I definitely recommend that book. My favorite fantasy so far this year has been The Alloy of Law by Brandon Sanderson. I loved getting back into the Mistborn world, and I cannot wait to finish this series, or this era of Mistborn. And if you prefer thrillers, my favorite thriller that I've read so far this year has been Stay Awake by Megan Golden. Usually I'm not huge on domestic thrillers with unreliable narrators, but for some reason this one just worked for me. It's nice to meet you. Bye!
Hello, I'm Albie of Albie Reading Romance, and I am from South Carolina. My favorite read of 2023 so far has been Desperate Measures by Katie Robert. It is a spicy, dark romance that is a retelling of Jafar and Princess Jasmine. So if you're a fan of Disney villains, if you're a fan of dark romances, check this out. It's a really fun, spicy story with some of our favorite characters now in more adult situations.
Hey honey, wish day. My name is Michelle from Throw Once Another Letter. I am a member of the Standing Rock Sioux tribe. I'm Oglala Lakota, and I've been living in South Dakota my entire life. And my favorite book of this year so far is Warrior Girl Unearthed by Angeline Boulay. This is an Anishinaabe book, and it is my favorite because I really enjoyed Firekeeper's Daughter. Indigenous stories are important to me, as well as the subject matter is near and dear to my heart. I definitely recommend this book if you're looking to pick up something new, to diversify your reading, as well as just a new author in general. I hope that you enjoy it, and thank you for having me.
What's up guys, it's Victoria and my channel is under Victoria Spell, and I have been invited by the beautiful Bex to talk about my favorite book this year. And I have to go with Jasperville by Devaney Perry. This is just a book that has truly stuck with me all year. I really love it. It's small town goodness. It's kind of like a surprise marriage, and you are just enveloped in this world and you just never want to leave it. So if you love a small town romance, a big family aspect, some angst, forced proximity, this is definitely the book for you. And I'm going to be representing this book from my state in Tennessee. Bye y'all.
Hi y'all, my name is Ava and I am from the channel Ava's Romance Books. And I am from Texas. I am a Texan. And my favorite book of the year so far definitely goes to Out on a Limb by Hannah Bottom Young, and it's not even out in the world yet. This book comes out on July 11th. I ended up reading an arc of this book, and it is probably my new favorite romance book of all time. I love it so much. This romance is about Win and Bo. They end up meeting at a Halloween party because both of them have very similar costumes. Both of them are dressed up as pirates, but in different ways. Win has a hook for a hand because she actually has a limb difference. She has a less developed hand than her other hand. Bo, who's also at this Halloween party, is also dressed as a pirate, but instead of a hook for a hand, he actually has a peg leg because he is an amputee. They really connect obviously over their costumes and then them as people. They end up having a grand old one night together, but what they don't expect is for Win to become pregnant as a result of it, and thus starts their forced proximity relationship while Win is pregnant. It is beautiful, like one of the most beautiful books I've ever read. I have cried multiple times reading that book, and I can't wait for other people to read it. It's absolutely beautiful. I hope that y'all check it out whenever July 11th hits. But thank you so much, Becky, for including me in this video. I can't wait to see what other books other booktubers recommend.
Hello friends, hello my old friends and hello new friends from Becky's channel. My name is Crystal, my channel's name is Crystal's Bookish Life. I am from the state of Utah, and my favorite book that I have read this year is Forever Your Rogue by Erin Langston.
Hello, my name is Lena and my YouTube channel is Lena's Bookshelf. I am from Virginia. I am a born and raised Virginian. I currently live in the northern part of Virginia and I love everything about Virginia. I wanted to share that the best book I have read so far in 2023 is We Spread by Ian Reid. This is a social horror, I believe is the term, about a woman who is struggling with memory loss and she is in a care home. And there's some strange things going on in this care home and she's not sure if she can trust her memory or if there's something more sinister going on with the staff and the residents at this care home. But it is a little bit speculative, but it's written in short chapters and it's really easy and quick to get through and it left a huge impact on me. Make sure you head over and check out my channel. I do vlogs, I do TBRs, I do monthly wrap-ups and some other fun recommendation videos in there as well. Bye!
There, my name's Annalisa and I live in Washington State and I really love fantasy, so my favorite book of this year has been To Shape a Dragon's Breath by Monoquill Blackgoose. This is about a indigenous 15-year-old who discovers a dragon's egg and has to go to a colonizer's school to learn how to take care of this dragon or her dragon will be taken away from her, and it's all about colonization and racism, and also our main character is bi and polyamorous and she has 2 love interests. My favorite thing about it is the characters, including the dragons. There are multiple dragons because we are at that school for dragoneers and I really love their characters and also the various themes that are explored.
Hey, it's McKay from Oh Hey It's McKay, and I am from Wisconsin. Go Crew! And my favorite book so far of 2023 either has to go to Tangled Like Us by Krista and Becca Ritchie. If you want bodyguard, fake dating, amazingness, you have to check this one out. Absolutely love and adore. And also, Even If It Hurts by Marty Mann. I don't have a physical copy yet. I will be getting one from her from a signing next week. And I just need that book to hold it in my hands because it hit me on a soul deep level. And oh boy, did it hurt. But I loved each and every moment of it. A love triangle that actually kept me guessing the entire way. So anyways, gotta check out both of those and go Cheeseheads.
Hello everyone, my name is Lola Robles. I live in Wyoming and my favorite book so far of 2023 has been Finley Donovan is Killing It. I absolutely love this book. It's my new personality trait.